So next is develop project management plan. That means what we have to do now is that we have to create a plan for project management. Then the first thing in it is the baseline. So what is the baseline exactly? Let us understand that you have started a project, it's complete planning. If you are preparing for that, then what is the primary? Its estimated time, its estimated cost or its estimated schedule, or what are the scopes from it? All the things that we find out, we call it as baseline. If there is any change in this baseline or there are some updates in it, then the changes that are happening in your project accordingly, then that changes and your baseline will be completely different. The estimated changes, estimated time or cost, we call it baseline, and the actual, which will be a different. If you understand that from your baseline, if you are running late on actual time or your project is running a little late, then that will be your difference in baseline and your actual time. Then it may affect your project. Your project may start late or finish late. So within the baseline, you have three different types, which scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. Schedule baseline, that is, you define how much time duration is going to be taken for it, on which date which activity is going to start, how much time will be taken for both. That is according to the schedule. Within the cost, what budget will be allocated for it or what budget are you assigning to it, then all that is within your cost baseline. Okay. And second comes for this, which we call subsidiary management and subsidiary plan management, come under different types. Then subsidiary plan means you manage alternate plan for that, then we call it subsidiary plans, in which there is scope management plan or we call it data collection. There is also requirement management plan, schedule management plan or cost management plan or quality management or process improvement plan. Then it covers all your subsidiary plans. Then the first thing in this is your scope management plan. So what is the scope management plan and how exactly we can implement it? Then in subsidiary scope management, according to the requirements of your project or according to its details, you can update in it. In the scope management of the plans, your detailed scope management and plan requirement. After that, you create the management plan, which defines the document according to its scope and requirement, and you also have to validate and control it accordingly. We call it scope management. That is, what are the requirements for your plan, how we can manage it. So this whole thing has to be done in the define, validate and control management plans. For this, when you collect your requirements or the second your collect requirement comes, then within the collect requirement, who are your clients, you arrange meetings and ask them what is their requirements, schedule or budget, or will there be any specific constraints that they have to complete in project within these two. Whether we have to finish the project or complete it, the duration of the project, we need so much, its budget is the budget till now. The client's requirement, what do they want? Then if you collect all those requirements, then that happens in collect requirements. For this, you have three methods. You can take interviews, or you can have focused discussion groups, or you can also arrange workshops within it. Okay, there is group creativity techniques in requirement. First is brainstorming, second is nominal group techniques, the third one comes idea or mind mapping, and last one is affinity diagram. After use of this, you can have details of it. Then what exactly is brainstorming? When you discuss the requirement with the client and you take complete data from the client, then what does you have to do? You have to update it in group in creativity techniques. So there are different types of brainstorming, or what can you do in it? Then first of all, you share your project information with your team and discuss with them. What are its objectives, success criteria, or who will be its stakeholders? Then all these things are discussed within it. After that, the scope of your project you can discuss. What is the retirement of the project? What will be the delivery of the project? Are there any constraints or uncertainty specific to the project? All are those things within your scope. After that, you discuss its normal schedule, in which what will be its start or end date, what will be its liquidative damages. Then all these things are discussed in it. After that, the budget information is discussed in it. After that, its quality standard is described. Then after that, there is communication, that is meeting. What are the requirement? What will be the reporting requirements? Who will report to whom? What will be his authorities? All those things are also discussed in it during brainstorming. Along with this, the risk and procurement means what will be the materials and equipments. What will you take from the contractor? Who will be the contractor? After that, pre or post construction, can we have risks, or if we want to find out the risks within it? Then you collect all these things in your brainstorming. Okay, inside the team meeting with the employees, then this is a method. After that, in the second method is the nominal group technique. So what happens in it? Like I am taking the example here. You explain the project with your team members and the purpose of the project, why we are doing it, or what we are going to do in this meeting. You explain everything. After that, you ask the members to generate ideas. We gave them pen paper and told them to write your ideas, and all of them will share with each other in the meeting. And in that, all those who are the head of the meeting or the first facilitator, then they record what all the ideas has come, what new ideas has come, and who has it. Then all of them you have to note down. After that, each idea you have to discuss in the group, and after discussing the idea, you can set its priority by taking vote for it, or you can make its listed ideas priorities. Then this happens in your nominal group techniques. And after this comes your mind mapping. So, what is inside mind mapping? That the ideas you have given or provided by you, or the ideas that have come from your teammate. We call it mind mapping. That is, we present it in its image format or in a diagram format. Then we call it mind mapping. Okay. And last comes your affinity diagram. You take ideas from teammates and you divide it into groups. Like this is group 1, group is you, group is 3, like this is here. The example is showing what kind of objects and obstacles can come in it, or what things will be required of you in planning, or how we can implement it. Then you sort out all these things group wise. So we call it affinity diagram. As you see here, it is divided into 3 groups. First is change, second planning, and third implementation. And then inside it all, your whatever is the activity or whatever is its idea, you can update it. Then in next video we will see that how to finalize it, how can you do decision making within the group. We will see in the next video.